Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
CASSIUS IFL team in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Paisley here for Saunders versus Akarov. Fight on the bill tonight. Paul Butler got the win today. 10 rounds in the bank, is that the way you look at it?
Yeah, tricky customer. We knew what he was like. Never been stopped. Fought some decent opponents. So it was just about coming here, executing the game plan and getting out there with the win.
Joe, CAZARES had been in good company prior to this fight and in this fight as well.
Yeah, his last time out he fought the European champion, gave him a real good fight over there in France, and he came to win. Good Mexican, and it was all about rounds, and it's our first trip abroad as well, KUGAN, so it's coming away, staying in a hotel and building up that relationship as well, making weight, sleeping, how he is away from home and getting to know your fighter.
How is this relationship going? How is this going?
Sound.
Yeah?
Sound, yeah. Enjoying it.
Must be taxing to be one of Joe's fighters, that's all I'm going to say.
In what sense?
Just taxing, but end results are there, proven results are there, so...
I'm glad to do a job, I'm just doing my job, so that's it. Paul did his job tonight.
How did you assess the performance tonight? Jab seems to be working well for you.
Frustrating for me because I wanted to go, but I knew if I went, that's what he wanted me to do, because he was good at countering, he was good at making you lead and coming back with his shots. Like every time I was leading with a hook, he was countering that hook, or if I was going to the body and I weren't rolling out, he was catching me with a left up to the head. He was clever, he knew what he was doing, good counter puncher, so I couldn't go gung-ho to start with. We knew we had to just press him, and eventually we'd start upping the pace and start getting to him a little bit more.
See it the same way, Joe?
Yeah, definitely. I got interviewed before the weigh-in the other day, and I said, listen, 10 rounds all day this fight, don't expect a stoppage, kid don't be stopped, and it was about Paul going in there, using the jab and staying switched on, and he did that tonight. I was really pleased. Just unfortunate the kid there with his head in the last round gave Paul a bit of a cut, but apart from that there, it was a good day, another good night at the office.
So a good note to end the year on for you. Obviously 2017, a lot of talk about this and that. You've been very open about what you want. You want that Jamie McDonnell fight, Paul? Of
course, yeah. He's the man. He's the man out there at bantamweight that everyone seems to know. He's held the title for a while, so it's the fight I want. Everyone likes a British dust-up, so I'm sure me and Jamie can get it on in the new year and may the best man win.
Joe, has there been any sensible talks regarding that fight?
Well, from what I hear, I think Francis said there at ringside, and from what I'm hearing Frank saying, that they've put an offer into Matchroom and Eddie for Jamie McDonnell. I think they're considering the fight, or they think they might take the fight. I don't think that's the problem in making the fight. I think it's with the WBA. I think the WBA have insisted Rashid Warren fight Jamie McDonnell, and I think he's been given 1 or 2 pardons now, Jamie, to have his last 2 fights. Obviously, there's a petition coming from his opponent last time in Monte Carlo. So I think there's all them hurdles to overcome before we can get Paul and Jamie McDonnell together, whether Eddie, Frank, the WBA, Rashid Warren can all come to some type of agreement and get these 2 boys in the ring. And like you say, it's got to be a great fight. Everyone loves a British domestic tear-up. Lee Haskins is fighting Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, the other side of the world, and wish him all the luck, and hopefully he comes back and we've got a good domestic scene here on the world title scene in the bantamweight division.
What's the plan B to Jamie McDonnell?
What do you mean?
Well, if Jamie McDonnell, if that fight wasn't to happen, what would be your plan B?
Well, there's Lee Haskins there, isn't there? Hopefully Lee comes through, defends his title. There's always that fight there as well, because I'm sure with the IBF that fight could be made a little bit easier because I've held the title before and never lost it in the ring, so I'm sure that could be made as well. If not, then I'd have to push up into a mandatory position or something. I know there's been talks with WBO as well, so there's possibilities there.
What Paul's got to do is just stay focused, and I'm glad really I had Paul, and it isn't a fight and a world title. It's given us time to get our act together and develop and move on, and I'd say another fight I'd be happy with, then a world title fight, because it's helping us and helping him in the gymnasium, the way of training and everything else, and adapting to it. It's really good. So yeah, listen, Paul, all he's got to do is just keep winning, keep training, keep learning, and I'm sure Frank will deliver him a world title shot, and it's up to us then to do our job and win it.
Absolutely. I just want to point out that I made you get into this interview, didn't I, Joe?
Yeah, you did. I didn't want to Katie Taylor it and go apples and pears. Nah, I didn't. Yeah, so, nah, I didn't.
I think people think that people like Eddie or whoever asked to be like. I asked people to be. You know what I mean? I've asked you to. And people say, "Oh, he's jumping in," even if it's all about Eddie or whatever. But
listen, we're in Monte Carlo. We didn't do an interview. I think after Stephen's fight, James came up and said, "Oh, an interview," and I said, "Nah, Stephen is fighting. I don't want to." That's it. It's not like saying, "Oh, excuse me, we're over here. Can we talk about something?" It doesn't work like that, does it, Kugan? Do you know what I mean? And that's it. We have enough of it, don't we? Do you know what I mean? So it's great for undercard fighters, small hall shows, them to get the profile and publicity as well. And I think that's what you and James do a good job of, without giving you too much of a blowjob.
thank you very much, Joe.
And the rest of the people in the company, like PT, boxing and that. Sorry, mate.
It's all right. PT's all right. Part of the firm. All right, Joe, Paul, thank you very much for watching Rifle TV. Congratulations, good win for you tonight, and that's it. Hopefully you have a big 2017.
Hopefully, yeah. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Nice
Kugan.
one, Coop.